Dolly Parton didn't just become a legend, she built an empire. But the higher she climbed, the more dangerous the music business around her became. Behind the awards, the smiles, and the timeless hits were lawsuits, betrayals, and decisions that turned powerful people against her. Before the fame, Dolly was just a songwriter in Nashville, writing hits for others, quietly building a reputation. She wasn't a star yet, but insiders knew she was special. Then came her breakthrough, and everything changed. Over time, she would go on to write thousands of songs, earn dozens of #1 hits, and sell over 100 million records worldwide. But what truly set her apart wasn't just talent, it was control. Unlike many artists, Dolly fought to own her music, and that decision would define her entire career. But it came at a cost. Early on, one man helped launch her career, Porter Wagoner. He gave her a platform, believed in her, and brought her into the spotlight when no one else would. But as Dolly grew, she wanted independence. What started as mentorship turned into conflict. When she finally decided to leave, she didn't argue. She wrote a song, "I Will Always Love You." It wasn't just a hit, it was goodbye. But the story didn't end there. Years later, Porter sued her for millions. The man who helped build her now stood against her in court. They eventually settled, but that moment changed Dolly forever. From then on, she made one thing clear. She would always protect what she built, and then came an even bigger test. Elvis Presley, the biggest star in the world, wanted to record her song. For most artists, that's a dream. But there was one condition. She had to give up half her publishing rights. That meant giving away control and future earnings. The pressure was enormous. But Dolly said no. She walked away from Elvis. At the time, it looked like a mistake. But years later, when Whitney Houston recorded the same song, it became one of the biggest hits in history, and because Dolly kept her rights, she kept the rewards. That one decision helped fund everything she built next. But even success didn't protect her from controversy. She faced lawsuits accusing her of copying songs, critics questioning her work, and even tensions with fellow artists like Linda Ronstadt. Yet through it all, Dolly never lost control. She built businesses, opened Dollywood, created a global brand, and gave back through projects like her literacy programs, because in the end, Dolly Parton didn't just survive the music industry, she outsmarted it. And maybe that's the real lesson. Talent gets you noticed, but ownership gives you power.